For the session of the 9th of July 2021, Blue Sphere closed at $0.017, oh no, $0.0017, yes, and the stock has been retracing or consolidating. Market cap is currently at $9 million, 5.3 billion shares are outstanding, and the news out there is that there is a settlement or a settlement of a judgment or a litigation or lawsuit, that concerns Blue Sphere. You can see this right on the screen. Paras Capital LLC is a judgment creditor against Blue Sphere Corporation, judgment debtor. So the non-parties, Leonite Capital LLC and Avia Geller, brought a motion to quash subpoenas issued to them by judgment creditor Paras Capital LLC. The motion is currently returnable July 9, 2021. That was yesterday. Movants and Paras hereby stipulate thereby and through their respective counsel that the subpoenas are hereby withdrawn without prejudice, and the motion to quash it is hereby withdrawn without prejudice. So this Leonite LLC and Avigela, I believe they are also non-parties to the judgment debtor. So and Paras is the judgment creditor. So they are withdrawing the subpoena without prejudice. So that case is settled, amongst other things. That's one of the news out there. This is not really a news as such. This is just what a lot of market participants have been looking at. This is in September. This is as regards going dark and the current restrictions Blue Sphere has. It says here on OTC markets in September 2020, the SEC amended Rule 15C to -11 under the SEC Act, modernizing the legal framework and regulatory status of over-the-counter equity markets. So Rule 15C2-11 serves as a regulatory gateway to the public markets, establishing the requirements for public quoting of OTC stocks, that is those not listed on the exchange. So what is Rule 15C2-11? First adopted in nearly 50 years ago in 1971, long before the existence of electronic trading. Rule 15C2-11 was originally designed to deter fraudulent quoting activity by broker-dealers in OTC securities by requiring brokers to obtain and review specified information about the issuer before initiating a quoted market. So how does Rule 15C2-11 work now? Prior to the amendment becoming effective in September 2021, under Rule 15C2-11, brokers seeking to begin quoting a security on OTC link ATS must collect, review, and maintain information concerning the company, including financial statements, a description of the business, and other information that would allow investors to make an informed decision. The rule currently does not require that any of this information be made publicly available. Okay, so what is now going on now? So amongst other things, it says there are companies that do not provide current information or meet the requirements for ongoing quoting may be eligible to be quoted on their expert market, that is the OTC's expert market. And somebody on Stock Tweets was indicating that BLSP is currently trading there. So the question is, will Blue Sphere's restriction be lifted, since there's a provision that accommodates them? I believe it says here companies that do not provide current information or meet the requirements for ongoing quoting may be eligible to be quoted on their expert market. So they went on to say, we are seeking exemptive relief. Okay, they're still seeking it. We're seeking exemptive relief for expert market, where brokers will be able to publish proprietary quotations in securities. Okay, that are no longer eligible for public quoting under the amended rule. This includes those securities that fail to meet the current information, frequency of quotation, and restrictions on shell companies as required under the amended piggyback exception. Quotations in expert market securities are limited to qualified investors such as broker, dealers, institutions, and accredited investors. By limiting quote distribution to sophisticated market participants, retail investors, and the general public will be better protected. So fingers crossed. Let's hope this will positively affect Blue Sphere. You know, this. I mean, is this what Shlomi and the management of Blue Sphere are relying on? That effectively September 2021, their restrictions will be lifted. Maybe they may deem that as the further action from them, as you know, the huge number of Blue Sphere armies have been clamoring, may no longer be necessary. You know, so fingers crossed. Who knows whether this is what they are relying on? So if we have to return to the stock, we can see here that its Blue Sphere appears to be improving within a longer-term uptrend, a longer-term upwards trend, although it is currently trading below its 200-day moving average, as we can see on the screen. Yes, it's trading below the 200-day moving average. This is the 200-day moving average. It's at $0.005, and it's currently at $0.002. So that average is still sloping bullishly upwards, as you can see, because over the past 200 trading sessions, the underlying trend is still a bullish one. The MACD histogram, which is used to measure the near-term trend, is above zero, still above zero. The momentum based on its daily model is improving. The 14-period slow stochastic oscillator is rising, or still up, indicating that investors are still buying the stock. Yes, that's the fact. So in some of the market participants in certain jurisdictions, I know Canada and indeed maybe somewhere else in Europe, can still buy Blue Sphere. So this 14-period slow stochastic oscillator is, I think, to some extent supporting that reality. We know that, you know, we know that for sure. And the unbalanced volume indicator is upwards here. So this is the 14-period slow stochastic oscillator. You can see it's rising. It's not oversold. It's not oversold. It's not overbought either. So this is the price rate of the unbalanced volume indicator here. That's it here. That's the indicator. It validates what we already know, that the stock, which is that not much buying has been taking place. Yes, even though those folks in those countries, you know, those jurisdictions have been buying, it is still not that much. It's still not that much, you know. So so that indicator is bearish. The slope of that indicator is negative and suggests that buyers have lost interest. So it is a validation for sure. All in all, you know, if in relative terms there hasn't been as much buying, so that unbalanced volume indicator is not reflecting anything, it's not seeing anything positive. So it's indicating that there hasn't been enough buying pressure there, you know. So fingers crossed. Let's see what's going to happen. Whether they are indeed relying on the provisions of the OTC markets to cover their expert market, and let's see how it goes. September 2021, and we'll see. So fingers crossed again. If you can buy. If you can, by all means do so. Yes, technically it is a buy, but we can't buy at the moment. Okay, so anything that comes up, I'll do my best to update you. Thank you very much for watching this video.